All right, then. Thanks, guys. Happy Thursday afternoon to you. We once again improved to 5-1 straight up in our last 6 Underdog tier package picks yesterday on patreon.com/rockpage. Good for 83% during that short span. And of course, that's a site that I operate that gives you premium daily sports picks beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We're also 8-2 straight up in our last 10 plays in that same category. Good for 80% during that stretch as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But before we go ahead and move on, let's take a look at some KBO South Korean baseball action. We're going to start with the Doosan Bears squaring off with the KT Wiz in a 5:30 a.m. start time. The Wiz are the $1.50 underdogs. Doosan's laying $2. Doosan's coming off a solid 9-3 victory over the LG Twins in their last matchup. They exploded for 4 runs in the 5th inning and amassed 14 total hits for the game in that contest. They're also on a 2-game win streak, including a 5-2 victory over the Twins as well. They're taking on a Wiz team who's coming off a tough 7-3 loss to the Giants, where they gave up 14 total hits for the game and 6 runs in the final 3 frames. The Wiz are currently winless on the season, averaging just 3 runs of offense per game. Looks like a pretty nice spot to fade the Wiz here. Give me the Doosan Bears getting the job done for some pricey moneyline cash. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personalines out for Friday's KBO South Korean baseball action. Now, before we go ahead and move on with the program, I just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/rockpage, where once again we are 5-1 straight up in our last 6 Dog of the Day tier package plays. Good for 83% in that span. We're also 8-2 straight up in our last 10 Underdog tier package plays in that same category. Good for 80% in that category as well. Very good package for us right now. We do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. We also have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Currently, we have over 525 members signed up and active on that page. Now, you might be wondering, why would all those folks sign up to receive Patreon picks, where they can get them right here for free on YouTube? And that's certainly a great point, a great concern. But there is a big problem with me handicapping every single game that's on the board, side and total. And the problem is this: if you were to bet every single game that's on the board that I put out here on YouTube, side and total, you are certainly almost guaranteeing yourself failure. And I know that sounds crazy, but you got to hear me out here. If you're going to go ahead and bet every single game that's on the slate with your hard-earned money, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. And as a matter of fact, it's a recipe for disaster. The books are way too smart for that. They're way too sharp. They have a whole lot more money than you and I do combined to be able to absorb that kind of action. And most important, guys, the math becomes aggressively against you the more and more games you play like that. So what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game on the board, side and total. And the good news is this: if you want to check out my current Patreon record, you actually have access to that right now. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to punch in any numbers or anything like that. You can do it for free right now. It's located right on the homepage for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get back into some more free lines and personal leans. It all starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck we have the Lotte Giants taking on the SK Wyverns in a 5:30 a.m. first pitch. Wyverns are the $1.40 favorite. Lotte's catching even money on the money line. And if you like Lotte in an upset, They are coming fresh off a 7-3 victory over KT Wiz in their last game. They exploded for 14 total hits in that contest. They're currently undefeated at 3-0 on the season and have garnered themselves multiple run victories in each and every one of those wins, all coming against the KT Wiz. In that 3-game series, Lotte rumbled up 23 total runs. Meanwhile, on the other side, Wyverns is coming off an 8-4 loss to Hanwha, where they were doubled up by the Eagles. Wyverns gave up 8 total runs between the 5th and 6th innings to seal their fate. They also left a ton of runners on base in that contest. Wyverns lost 2 out of their last 3, including an embarrassing 3-0 shutout loss on opening day. Wyverns averaging just 3 runs per contest thus far in the year. Not a great spot for Wyvern backers. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the underdog in this spot. Give me the Lotte Giants plus $1, getting the job done for some moneyline cash. Next contest, NC Dinos squaring off against the LG Twins in a 5:30 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Twins are the $1.40 favorite. Dinos are plus $1. And if you like the Dinos in an upset, they're coming fresh off a 6-run victory against the Samsung Lions. The Dinos exploded for 3 runs in the 3rd, along with 3 more runs in the 7th, en route to their 8-2 win. The Dinos are currently undefeated on the year, holding the Lions to just 5 total runs during that opening series. The Twins on the other side are coming off a devastating 9-3 loss to the Bears in their last outing. They're currently on a 2-game losing streak where they scored just 5 total runs during that span. Doesn't look like too great of a spot here for the Twins or their backers. Got to lean toward another underdog in this spot. Give me the NC Dinos plus $1, getting the job done on the money line. Next contest I have for you, it is going to be the Neshin Kaiwoom Heroes taking on the Hanwha Eagles, 5:30 a.m. first pitch. The Eagles are the $1.60 underdogs. Heroes are minus 220. And if you like the Heroes laying the juice, just keep in mind they lost by 3 runs to the Kia Tigers in their last outing. They gave up 8 runs and 16 hits in that losing effort. They're taking on an Eagles squad who's coming off a solid 8-4 victory over Wyverns. They also won 2 out of their last 3, including a 3-0 shutout in the season opener. Looks like a pretty decent price point for plus money backers. Give me the Hanwha Eagles plus $1.60, getting the job done for some plus money cash. All right, with that, I'm going to slide my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be the Samsung Lions taking on the Kia Tigers, 5:30 a.m. first pitch. The Tigers are minus 175 on the money line. Samsung's plus $1.25. And if you like Samsung, they're coming off a pretty embarrassing 6-run loss to the Dinos, where they gave up 8 runs. Samsung's currently winless on the year at 0-3 and scored just 5 total runs in those 3 losses. Kia, on the other side, is coming fresh off an 8-5 victory over the Kaiwoom Heroes, where they exploded for 5 runs in the top of the 8th for that really nice come-from-behind victory, very spirited win. They also amassed 16 total hits in the win. Looks like a pretty nice spot for Kia here. Give me the Kia Tigers minus 175, getting the job done for some pricey moneyline cash. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs real quick. Let me just pull them up off the socials here, if you will. Okay, yeah, I got them. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and do some shout-outs. And from the Patreon platform, shout-out goes to Justin Van Kuren, Jay Williams, Brian T., and Terrell Parrott. Also want to give a shout-out to Brandon Saunders, Willie Slade, Frank Capra, and Chemo136. Now, from Instagram, I want to give a shout-out to Jack Vossler. I also want to give a shout-out to Cody Thrive. I know I gave him a pretty long-winded shout-out in my other videos, but Cody Dunlap from MTV, if you recognize the name, he's got a great YouTube channel and Instagram channel. Actually, he's very popular on TikTok as well. But once again, guys, that is Cody Thrive. Shout out to Manoj Kumar, and shout out to my good friend Bubba Jonesy. He's also got a gaming channel of his own under the Bubba Jonesy handle on Facebook. All right, I also want to give a shout out to Angie619, Garrett Warner. He goes by, I think, Garrett the Goat on Instagram. But anyway, shout out to Garrett Warner the Goat, Rio Brazil Official, and of course, got to give a shout out to my good friend Jimmy from GhostPicksATS.com. I call Jimmy my young bull. Jimmy is certainly a good friend of mine from the the handicapping industry, and Jimmy a big time Philadelphia fan. So I like to refer to him as my young bull. But anyway, finally in the YouTube platform, I got to give a shout out to Ari Kumar, Billy Boogaloo, Jaitendra Singh. Shout out to Six Skills, Ryan Balby, Kataman A. Wondag, Dogkin Sozin, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Sachin Patel. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Thursday or Friday to you, depending on when you're watching this. And best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.